Welcome back to the Pro Sports Podcasters on YouTube. My name's Ron, most of you know me as Kobe, and today I want to take a look at the significant dip that NFTs have taken in general this year. And this also includes sports NFTs, but for the most part, the real damage has been done to the sort of big ticket, top tier NFTs that have been around for a few years now that just got smashed in value this particular year. And part of that is the connection to Bitcoin and the dip that we've seen there. So there is some, let's say, speculation and a little bit of nervousness in the digital marketplace, but it doesn't really hurt sports NFTs that much, although we have seen them go down all three, really, when it comes to Dapper. You've seen UFC Strike, NFL All Day, and NBA Top Shot all take a hit, but not a significant one. And the reason being is because it doesn't really tie in that closely to what's going on with the rest of the NFT market and the digital currency market. It's got nothing to do with that. In this case, the dips are all kind of created due to a few glitches made by Dapper Labs, inactivity going on right now. I mean, NBA Top Shot has a lot going on, but for the most part, it really suffered when Series 3 came out. There was a lot of mistakes being made there, and they're still trying to recover from that. So that's where their market dip is gone. A lot of people are leaving the platform, selling off their moments, trying to get whatever they can for them. So you'll see those numbers dip for the next little while until either they steady the ship or people just move on from NBA Top Shot. But when it comes to UFC Strike and NFL All Day, it's more about what's going on currently, which isn't much. Right? That's the reality of things. There isn't much going on. You know, NFL All Day had its most recent challenge where it basically forced the community to complete the challenge using rares and legendaries only. That caused a lot of blowback for them as a result of that. And because of that, some of the higher value commons have dipped, right? You've got people who have invested in some of these top tier commons on the marketplace, in the market, and looked at that last challenge and thought, oh shit, are my commons really going to be worth that much? So as a result, a number of the investors on the marketplace have decided to sell those off and take that money and put it into rares. So as a result of that, most recently I saw the Tom Brady debut common go as low as 224 a couple days ago. It went down to 224. Now, this is a common that, for the most part, was over 300 for the majority of its time spent on the marketplace. It's only very recently that it's gone down below 300, and then went as low as what I saw was 224. So that's a pretty significant dip, and I really think that's just a reaction to the fact that the last challenge was rares and legendaries only, and it had people afraid that maybe their commons wouldn't be worth that much. I don't really think that's the case. You're going to see it slowly climb back up, but now at least we have a reasonable floor of what the Tom Brady moment will be. So do not expect that Tom Brady debut common to drop below 200 anytime soon. 225 is kind of the new floor for that particular moment. And you can check some of these other high value moments and see how much they dipped as well to get an idea of what their floor will be. And sure, part of that is a reaction to the challenge, but the other part is something I expected the whole time, which was you're going to have some dead points, right? Some dead points in the off season where there's really nothing going on. Right now, they're doing their best to make a few interesting sort of bonuses for the community. Right now, they got the Jamar Chase bonus going on where, provided you own wide receiver moments, you can get up to 5 sort of ballots in a digital draw that can win you tickets to a Cincinnati Bengals game, home or away, your choice. So they got these sort of things going on, but that really doesn't, spur the marketplace on any. It really doesn't. So right now, you're going to see continuous dips and fluctuations. I don't even think it's bottomed yet before, it might bottom sometime in June, maybe late June, early July. But you got to expect this in the off season when there really isn't much going on. UFC Strike, the problem there is the way they've utilized things so far as these collection challenges go. What they've done is they started their first collection challenge alongside a UFC, and now each subsequent UFC event, they're doing some sort of a collection challenge. That's only going to work for so long. Basically what's happening is people have got to make the decision ahead of time now because they know what's going to happen. There's really no guesswork involved at this point to whether or not they want to qualify for these sort of spur of the moment challenges at upcoming UFCs. And by all they really got to do is they got to look at the fight card, see who's on it, see which fighters have moments, and then collect those moments before the UFC comes around, before they announce the next challenge involved with those UFC events. And contenders have bottomed out. They're extremely cheap, so it's easy to get the contender sets, of which I have, so that's not an issue. So it comes down to whether or not you want to collect the Challenger Series, which is effectively a rare, or the Champion Series, which is effectively a legendary, this kind of thing, right? So if that's what you're after, if you want to win these challenges, you've got to make the choice to invest in those moments. The problem is as of what we've seen, basically, is that the rewards for these kind of challenges are not worth much right now. They're really not. I was in on the Volkanovski challenge. I won the Volkanovski challenge. I sold it for $100 on the marketplace. They're going for less than $50 now. So, I mean, that was a smart move unless I really wanted to keep the Volkanovski. But realistically, you could just sell it. I could buy it back now and, for less than half of what I sold it for, and I still win there. And that's the problem. These sort of special moments that are being released, whether it be in packs, you've got the Diaz brother, the 209 packs, they're not going for much. Or something you win in a challenge, it's still not going for that much in comparison. So you've got to really decide ahead of time as to whether or not you are going to be in this very long term. Because if you are, 100% is worth it. If this is a get in, make some money, get out, it probably isn't. You're probably better off just waiting for each drop, buying however many packs you want to go and take the lottery on, or picking up the moments you're just personally interested in after the fact on the market for cheap. If you're collecting sets, that's a different story. You want everything you can. But for me right now, I pick up the guys I like right away, and then later on I pick up the remaining moments I require to actually complete a set. And that's what I've been doing on the UFC Strike Marketplace, because again, really not much is going on. I mean, this collection challenge bit, it's all right, but they need to come up with something else to really keep the community growing and engaged. On NFL All Day, like I said, and like everybody knows, I'm waiting for the season. I know a lot of us are, but before the season begins, they're going to need to just figure out a few things. One, they want to get the website working as smoothly as possible. Two, they need to find a way to engage the entire community when it comes to challenges, not just a select few. And three, they've got to start advertising it better because most people still don't know anything about NFL All Day. I see a lot of NBA Top Shot advertisements. I really do. I see a lot. And, I mean, that's their flagship product, right? That's the one they began with. Not doing well, but it's got a large enough community on paper that they want to support, but I still think that NFL All Day really is probably going to be their breadwinner, provided they advertise it properly. So the marketing side of things has really got to get going. I hope they really push it during, preseason, during the games, maybe during OTAs. They got to do something. They got to do something to get the word out there because what they're doing right now just isn't enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you've come across any NFL All Day ads and if they've grabbed your attention or not. Which particular platforms are you most interested in? Where's your money going? Have you been in NBA Top Shot since the beginning? Are you slowly working your way out of it now? Because I see a lot of people leaving the platform. Let us know. Let's get a conversation going and let's discuss maybe what should be in my next video for me to directly tell Dapper Labs what the community wants them to do. Till next time.